Now the sadhana. Sadhana is translated as a drupthap in Tibetan. I don't speak Sanskrit at all. Very, very few words. Sanskrit is such an important and amazing language. A little bit of a Sanskrit that I know, I get so fascinated, just amazingly fascinated. And there's so much things to discover. I mean, the fact that India has something like 52 terms for mind. Each of them have its own nuances. That just says everything. I mean, if any of our psychologists, psychotherapists even go through some of these terms, it could really benefit, I think, a lot. Because right now, the term mind is something very vague. Some are very adamant about that being just a, brain function. Some talks about mind in a totally different level, kind of a very, supernatural level. Anyway, drup thap, drupi thap. The word drup has something to do with making, establishing, accomplishing, and thap is skill or method. So it has the connotation of acquiring or accomplishing, trying to accomplish. And in order to accomplish this, you use these tools, these methods. The classic example that the tantric teachings always gives us is, if you want a butter is sort of within the milk, but you need to do something. You can't just wait and ask the milk to turn into butter. And you need to do something, such as churning, like a spoon or whatever, nowadays machine. You need to have that. And many, many times, this is something so amazing, many times the skill or the method is almost like unlikely. Like if you have a water inside your ear, then you put a little bit of more water, and then, things like that. The skills are sometimes very contradictory and shocking and something kind of unlikely. Like, I think you know the point. And sometimes very, something also very unattractive or small. Like if you need to go inside the house, you need a key. And the keys are usually small. They don't necessarily look beautiful. House is beautiful, big. It has a lot of things inside. But the key, you can put it in the pocket. But without the key, you can't go in. Like that. So tap, upaya. Skillful means it is always, and then usually this tap or the skillful means is always related to a certain beings, meaning culture, right? So so a Nepali, Himalayan Nepali, for instance, have generation of their culture, upbringing, family background, mountain air, I don't know, all kinds of background. And for a probably I'm speaking about myself, for some of us, like in Nepal, like the moment you enter Bauda, you hear this endless bell or this all kind of smell of incense, butter lamp, somehow it just makes you so soothing and so enchanting and just so magical. This may not necessarily work with some people from, I don't know, sorry, I can't think of example, from Auckland. Okay, this may not necessarily work. So skillful means is always related to things, a culture. Yeah, and this is why also a lot of things get miscued and misunderstood. This happens a lot. I want to say that. But before we go into this, drup, sadhana has this connotation of accomplishing. So it sounds like you have something to accomplish, a goal. Now this is something that we need to discuss